Howdy, I'm Anna with Always Right, and in today's little video, we're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to be enjoying life. It's going to be a little more life-centered vlog, and I'm going to be talking about how my writing and my perception of quality for books has changed as I've read over 50 books in this last 12 months, so stay tuned. First off, hi, welcome to fall. Yeah, I'm crouched down because this fall is teeny tiny. Anyway, so I had to take my car in, and I normally drive like a Volvo XC60 or something like that. And, you know, I love my little car, love it. And my insurance was like, yeah, we'll pay for a rental vehicle. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, oh my gosh, thank you. Ta-da! It's huge. This is seriously my rental. They're like, yeah, we didn't have the Toyota you were supposed to get. So like, what? My Nova's in here. 1 second, let me move him. Hi, buddy pal. This is so stupid big. It's like a Dodge Ram Rebel 1500, which means nothing to me other than it's a Dodge Ram. This has been a learning experience for me. Yes, I am in West Texas. Yes, I am in like Oil Town, but this is the only rental they had? Okay, now don't get me wrong. I am not like a super, oh, I can't drive a truck, because this vehicle right here is a Dodge Ram 1500, like 2002 edition, that I learned how to drive on. So I'm used to trucks, but look at the difference in this height. Little recap for you. Today I went to the garden store, aka like the nursery, aka roll the footage. Oh, I've got too many flowers. They're getting paint, they're repainting. That's why there's like some stripey boy action going on in that house. Let's just chill. It's gonna be a really good Tuesday with me. Are you ready to see how a 5'2" person tries to get into this truck? I literally have to hop to get into this. This is so big. And Hera cannot jump into this truck. Fun fact, I learned that the hard way this morning when I was going to a meeting. So I'm gonna get Hera loaded up, and we're gonna go home and do some writing and do some talking and show you some books and eat some cake. Yes, best video. What you doing? Here's a big blow dog. Okay, so I have just a little bit of light left. As you can see, it's really kind of getting dark pretty quickly. I did get a marigold for myself from the garden center, the nursery, and I got a packet of seeds for myself. These are butterfly cosmos. They work great for containers. They're from Renee's Garden, which have some of like the best seeds, but I'm not gonna plant these right now. These are like a spring planting. This is like a right now planting. So let's go plant them. Right now I have a Sweet Williams, a carnation Sweet Williams, and then a just red Sweet Williams. I also have a tiny little bluebell. That's what this is right here. These are clover. Say goodbye to your friends. I'm thinking of planting the marigold right there. It'll draw some of the orange from my lantana here. You can see it's bobbing around in that wind. And these little guys are peacock orchids and glads, aka just glads. And I have a Mandevilla vine that's just like obscenely happy this year because of all the rain we got. And then of course, obligatory October pumpkin. But I'm really thinking this is the spot. Like this is prime real estate for this plant. As you can see, it's setting. The sky and sun are setting and going to sleep. So let's get this planted. Marigolds planted, truck is shown. Let's talk about some tea. I mean, no, it's really tea. So Dillard's is like a store here down in West Texas and Texas. And guys, they had some tea on sale, like some expensive tea. This is Pinky Up tea. This is loose leaf 4-ounce vanilla chai that I got for $3.30. I got one that's a sugar cookie. Like, what? I got one that's a Madeleine. And then I got a flowering green tea, peaches and cream. So what that means is it's not loose leaf, like it's bulbs. Like, listen to this. Compared to the loose leaf of. And then lastly, and this one wasn't like as cheap as the others, it's a red velvet cake. Look at that. That just sounds absolutely amazing. I love it. This one I actually paid like $4 for compared to like $3.30, $3.50 for the rest of these. So I am super happy about that. They're normally like 10 bucks. And then they had this, and this wasn't on sale. I wish it was. But it's like a loose leaf Gold Star tea infuser because for some reason, I drink a lot of tea. I don't have a tea infuser. Red velvet. That is weird, look. It's just like, but it smells kind of like cake batter. Not quite what I'd say like red velvet is, but pretty close. So then we have the flowering green tea. Oh, that is so interesting. Wait, why aren't they all wrapped like this? Okay, so I'm gonna go make my tea and gonna grab my little cake and we're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk about like reading and the benefits I've personally seen. Because yes, I too have heard that thing, that saying quoted time and time again, a writer is a reader. How do you get better at writing? Y'all read. So, first off, second off, writing. So, fun fact, I started a novel, started a concept, started a book back last Nano, and I worked on it until like December. And no, I did not win Nano, no, I did not reach 50K with this novel. However, I did have like 10 chapters, 11 chapters written towards this novel just like 10 months ago. And in those 10 months, I have since read 50 plus books. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's definitely been 50 books because this year so far, as of like early October, I have read 48 books. For a breakdown of at least the last 48 books, I have read 14 of those with a physical copy, 2 with ebooks, aka like Kindle app, and then the remainder of them are audiobooks. The story I wrote last November was kind of contemporary suspense fiction, adult fiction. The books I read included science fiction, epic fantasies, like romance books, contemporary fiction, and you get the picture. It was pretty much a lot. And then there were some YAs thrown here and there. Most of the books I read were traditionally published. Some of them, though, were self-published. I believe my average rating on Goodreads as of right now is like a 3.7. So needless to say, I liked a majority of the books I read. So recently I've picked up my Nano project I started last November, and oh boy, the quality had drastically decreased in the last year. My outlining, my poetry, my kind of short story stuff that I've been doing for the last 3 to 4 months looked significantly better than the Nano project, which is good news. That's great news. That I, as an author, look back at the work that I've previously done and go, oh, I can do better. That's amazing. This I can do better attitude came from reading books. It did not come from writing 2 or 3 more novels, writing 2 or 3 more drafts. It seriously came from piddling in poetry, piddling a little in short stories, and outlining other ideas, and reading. And the different ways that I consumed my books affected like different parts of my brain, different parts of like my writer's eye. Audiobooks really kind of brought to attention story, character, and dialogue issues that I was having in my nano project. And the physical books that I read really highlighted the different forms of author voice and prose that are out there. And then there's some like elements of foreshadowing, XYZ, that I learned along the way. So yeah, that old saying of if you want to get better at writing, read, is so true. Because I remember when I looked back at my nano project like mid-December or something, I remember reading it and going, wow, this is such great work. I'm so proud. I mean, I am still proud, number one. But I've seen things that I want to change. Things that I think could be reworded. Things that I think could be cut or edited to make it better. Like, I didn't really put value in the, oh, if you want to be a better writer, read. 'Cause I'm like, I have movies. I can learn like plot structure from movies. No. Very different. One of the biggest kind of increases in like skill, that's one way to put it, I noticed was just kind of basic sentence structure, which sounds so stupid. Graduated with honors with a degree in writing. Like, you would think I know how to do a sentence. I've been writing for like 8+ years on and off. But oh my God, I wasn't really writing. So yeah, if you're caught up, if you're confused, if you can't figure out why literary agents just aren't like nibbling at your query, I highly suggest you just take a month or 2, just read as many books as you can, physically, audiobooks, whatever you can do. Just read them, make sure you get a mix of the 2 if you can, and then you'll be able to look, and then you'll be able to see some issues that may exist in your writing that you were previously blind to. It's also great to have fresh eyes when you're looking at your book. 1, 2, 3. There is value in the saying, if you want to be a better writer, read. Because I sure as heck noticed a difference just from reading 50 books. And I bet you would notice a difference too. Anyway, let's wrap up with like a book haul. And yes, this vlog is basically just like rehashing some stuff that happened yesterday and some realizations I've had over the weekend. First book is Once Upon a Broken Heart. It was a signed edition. And it's the first one in the series, which is like a first for me. Most of the signed books I get from Barnes & Noble are like sequels. Almost all of them have been sequels. So this one's the first one. It's like not a series, I think. This is basically like a girl has a super crush on this guy. He's like a prince or something. She makes a deal with an immortal to stop this wedding that the prince is having with some other woman. But the immortal has a price of 3 kisses whenever he wants, wherever he wants. So it sounds really, really interesting. I love the color of it. It's like this blush color, and then the spines like this kind of champagne-y silver with some filigree, and it's just nice. I like it. Next up is The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is a book I have been wanting forever, but like Amazon doesn't have it on sale, but this had like a buy one, get one 50% off. So I got this for like $9 or something, because this was the half off one. And then the last book I got is like a really pretty Stephen King book. This has Carrie, Salem's Barnes & Noble exclusive. And then The Shining. I bought this because I was going to buy a teeny tiny little copy of The Shining, like the mass market paperback. And I just don't like mass market paperbacks, personally. They are a little too small, especially for a Stephen King book. Because I have like another Stephen King book that's mass market paperback. They didn't have any like hardbacks for The Shining, but they did have this baby with all 3 for like 20-25 bucks. So I went, okay, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. Yeah, I just thought this would be like a nice little chill video to put out before the full Preptober and NaNoWriMo craziness hits. And as always, let's get writing. Bye.